Hello, and welcome to Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs Amakosi Football Club. And in today's video, we are talking about Patrick Mayo's advice to Arthur Zwane. And before we talk about that, let's start by doing what we always do. Like the video, comment if you are subscribed, because only those who are subscribed can comment, which means please subscribe if you are not subscribed so that you can comment, and also become a member if you're already subscribed but you have not become a member. It's only 20 rands per month. You get early access to content, you get loyalty badges next to your name when you comment, and you also get, most importantly, priority reply to comments, and you just help me to grow this channel and do the things that I need to do. So thank you so much once again for joining me. Yeah, Patrick Mayo. So a lot of people have been Mandla, you are distracting me. A lot of people have been saying a lot of things about the Chiefs. Even the so-called Kaizer Chiefs legends have criticized Zwane, some of them, but it's refreshing from time to time when you see some people who have played for the club and actually lasted long enough to be able to have an opinion. I'm not firing shots, I swear I am not firing shots, but people who stayed long enough at Chiefs to be called legends, giving and showing support to Arthur Zwane, people like Abu Patrick Mayo. I swear I am not firing shots at anyone. Anyways, so he was obviously being asked by the newspapers, the people of the newspapers, because they always ask questions, and I think from the things that he was saying, I picked up two things that I think are very important from his interview. Is the fact that he talks about, let me just read the quote directly. He says, the only thing, he says this: you don't have to listen to what the supporters are saying, because they will always complain whether you are doing the right thing or the wrong things. They will always complain. And he continues to say this: the only thing now is to be happy because Arthur has put them in the semi-final, although they didn't trust him that he would go so far. How many people can honestly, who are watching this video, thought Zwane was going to get this far in Nedbank Cup? Like, no one gave Zwane a chance. You could see he's going to go this far. A lot of people like discredited him, counted him out way before we even got to the stage. A lot of people thought we're not going to get this far. And when we had performances that were not convincing, because we like that word, people were already saying, you won't survive against Royal AM. We've survived the Royal AM. Next up is Pirates, and they're already saying things. We won't survive against Pirates. If we beat the Pirates, then they will start saying other things again. So I think it's an interesting take by Patrick Mayo, and it's an obvious thing. Uguti, people doubt Zwane, and they doubted Zwane because they didn't think he will get this far. But it makes me wonder, Uguti, do the other people who actually doubted Zwane, people who what can I say? People who are former Kaizer Chiefs players, or do they see themselves having a chance at coaching the Chiefs? Because everyone is on, well, not everyone is on Twitter, but a lot of people know Uguti Zwane is in a position where he's doubted by a lot of people. They can see what the fans are saying on the social media. They can see what is being said on YouTube. And by continuing to say negative things about Zwane, they know Uguti, they are basically adding more pressure and trying to get Zwane fired. And once they get Zwane fired, they know Uguti, it opens up a space for potentially one of those people to come in and be coaches by Kaizer Chiefs. So it's just an interesting take, Uguti. Even when I'm ex-players, they know Uguti what's going on, and it's interesting to me, Uguti. I wonder, Uguti, how are they utilizing that? Are they using that to support the coach, or are some of them using it to pile on the pressure onto the management to make sure they get rid of Zwane, because we know that some people can just, even if they are wrong, but if it's a majority, sometimes the majority wins. I mean, kwathiwa sinikezeni uba sifuna uparapas, sinikeza ujesu simbethele. Aw, this man is innocent. Hey nina, let's uparapas, sifuna ukubulala ujesu. Yabona nje izinto ekanjalo ukuthi if there is a crowd, sometimes people end up being bullied, even if the person who's in the minority is actually right. Just because there is a crowd, then people will follow the crowd, and then it seems like just because a lot of people are saying this, then all of a sudden that means those people are right. And sometimes a lot of people can be talking nonsense, and logically vele a lot of people don't know what they are talking about. They just follow what is being said, which is why I always encourage people to have opinions, even on this channel. Good, even if you disagree with me, like, it's fine. You write your comment, I will read it. If you disagree, we disagree. Speak sana. But it's okay. It's okay, because I don't want people who are just led like sheep. Whatever I say, it yes, right, impilo, right. Now piggies. Let's have a healthy conversation, because this thing of creating a cult following are toxic, of where we're just about bashing Chiefs and making sure Guti Chiefs seems like the worst team in the PSL, although they are competing for a top 4. I really don't appreciate that. And 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 by the way, SuperSport is playing right now. I actually thought of the idea of having a watch along a SuperSport, but then I was like, nah, that's gonna be too much. Although I know Guti, it's an interesting game, but I thought, nah, let's not do it. Anyways, let me read my comments. Mandla is saying Patrick must do the right thing and bring his kids to Chiefs. Hey, Yabona, if there is one thing that I think it's beyond us, Yabo signing one of Patrick Mayo's sons, I don't think it's possible, Shem. I don't. And I'm not saying that as a bad person. I'm saying that as a person who's looking at reality. Ne? Like, I don't think Khanyisa Mayo would come to Chiefs. I think that player is likely to end up at Sundowns or Pirates, because they are the ones who are likely to pay the amount of money that Cape Town City would want for him. But I don't think Chiefs can actually afford to pay Khanyisa Mayo. So that's just the sad thing. That's just the sad thing. But because even if Patrick Mayo says to his son, listen boy, Ambodlala with Chiefs, I've played for HFC, and I think that would be a better option for you, so go play for them. There would still be that thing, you're good, okay, I would like to go play for Chiefs, dad, but the problem is it's also about the money. If the Chiefs are not willing to pay the money, why would I go to Chiefs? And because there's been this debate that I don't want to get to even start. If you had a choice, in fact, let me start this choice. If you had to choose between the two players, abantu bafuna uqala war. Khona abantu abafuna uqala world war in this chat. But let me read my comments. If you had a choice between Mendieta and Mayo, who would you choose? Realistically, which player would you choose? Like, I don't mean like, because realistically there's no way that the Chiefs can have a window where they can sign Khanyisa Mayo and Mendieta at the same time. I don't think that is possible, and because of that, the Chiefs might have to choose which player are we going for. Are we going for Khanyisa Mayo or are we going for Mendieta? Let me make a poll. I want to see what are people gonna say to this question. Let me start a Q&A, not a Q&A. Let me start this Q&A. It's a poll, I mean. If you had to choose one. So the first one is Mendieta. The second one is Khanyisa Mayo. I want to see what people are going to say. Wait, no. Like, I'm not even gonna add Umodila because I think he's for free and I can't. These ones need to be bought. I want to see what people are going to say. If you had to choose between the two, which one would you go for and why? So if you voted, tell me the reason why you're choosing Umayo over Mendieta, or why you are choosing Mendieta over Umayo. I want to see what people are gonna say. This is very interesting. Why did I not think of this earlier? Anyways, guys, please like the video. Hey boy, views likes. Please like the video. Please like the video. Do justice. Yeah, because we are just on the comment Gamandle. Go to Patrick must do the right thing and bring us his son. So let's see. Let's do this. The next comment, Umandla is saying, Nation, especially saying I'm the one of those people, to be honest. Especially for those of you who are just joining, is referring to a lot of people doubted Arthur Zwane would even make it to our semi-finals. I want to see if you're one of those people, comment and now humble pie, you didn't think Zwane would make it this far. Umandla is saying some even said Kazrek will beat us. I know. Kwathi iKaizer izoshaya. Ngoba njalo. UZwane has been underestimated way too much. Utheo is saying sanibonani Nkosi Nation olampilo mfethu, I hope right bro. Have a nice with Theo. You always ask me ukuthi right. I am good Theo. And then Usimba is saying win is a win. There is nothing you can do about it. Exactly. Yabona kwi-league, if you notice, coaches like Pep, Pep is able to perform really well kwi-league and lose like 2 games or a draw or have a bad season, but he will fix it. And that is why he's been winning relentlessly Premier League in the past 5 seasons in the Premier League. Because he's relentless. Like Liverpool have been relentless and they've lost out on City by 1 point twice in 5 years. In any other season, Liverpool would have won. But when it comes to Champions League, City cannot replicate that form. Because when it comes to Champions League, it's about winning. It doesn't matter whether you win like this or like that. It's about winning. You look at France with Deschamps, I can't even pronounce his surname. The point is he knows how to win. And the win is a win. And that is what Egypt are doing right now. And Zwane has come out and openly admitted, look, right now we're trying to grind results. And that's exactly what is happening. We're grinding results left, right, and center. And if that gets us to the finals, then we were going. And by the way, the second thing, because I said Patrick Mayo said 2 things that got my interest. The first one is Uguti, he says that people didn't trust him. But the second one is that Zwane shouldn't try to prove the supporters wrong. And I think that's also vital. I know Uguti conversation is sugile on what Patrick Mayo was saying, but I just had to say the second point and then we can move on to the other things that people are now talking about. Abo Mendieta. Ngifunda my comments. Uspecihle is saying, I trust and believe in Zwane, but I don't trust his players at all. Hey, suspecting Kabzam though. Those guys, yabona when especially what I will say after this weekend, our players have been suspect. Our players have done us wrong a lot of times this season. But I do feel like late game, Royal AM, Nama game Pirates. Those 3 games in this season are the games that we have shown correct. We Pirates, we held on for an entire game. We scored 2 goals. In each, we scored 1 goal each. Go Royal AM, we came back from being 1-0 down. We scored and then we won. I need to check, by the way. I think that was the first time that the Chiefs came from behind and won. No, it wasn't. I think we did that against SuperSport. So the point that we came back against SuperSport. So I think that has been just once this season that we came back when we were 1 goal down and we ended up winning the game, because the other time we were playing in Gallants, it ended up being a draw. But this time, and that match was pub. But this time around, we showed the character throughout the game. So that means we can now kind of trust the players in a way, Uguti. They can see Uguti it's so close, Uguti is winning something. Although you could have said the same thing about MTN8 ukuthi they could have shown the character, but they didn't. But at this point, I'm just gonna say, okay, now I can trust them, especially after they celebrated being drawn against Pirates. They cannot do anything else. They cannot drop the ball because, yeah. Please like the video, guys, and vote if you had to choose one between Mendieta and Khanyisa Mayo, which one would you choose and why? And then Umfukeng M is saying we want his son, he can't fit well. I want his son, he can fit well in our system. Pacey layer. And he can also just force Zwane push Utoli back to midfield, because then he would have to push Dupree to the left, and then Usaile would probably have to play on the left, and then Dupree maybe play through the middle. There will be a lot of changes, but then would also mean we have left-footed players across the front three, but he would find a way to make that work. But he, as I've already said, I think Khanyisa Mayo is not a player that the Chiefs will get because of the fact that he would be too expensive. Regardless, I still want to hear your votes. Who would you choose between Mendieta and Khanyisa Mayo? Especially saying, oh no, Luvuyo is saying Kosi for life. Away. And then Uspesihle is trying to start World War III. He's saying, guys, I miss Caleb. It's been a while. I don't know. Do you actually miss Caleb, or are you just trying to wind me up? I don't know. I think you are trying to wind me up, especially Zogiega. They were saying, Eshimpilo, bro, sometimes I'm players now. Asenza singamthembi tu uzwane. The way abadlala ngakhona, because they still continuing with this thing of selfishness. True, yabona game ya Saturday. I saw even Usaile Gwayena having or showing some selfish play where he could have passed the ball. I saw Dupree not passing when he was supposed to pass. So that is still a worrying sign, your good team. Why are they trying to be heroes so much? Why is it so important to them ukuthi babe ngama hero? Because at this point, save ukufuna glory for other games. Right now, you don't try and be a hero because it's a win-win ukuba a hero. I mean, it's half and half. It's half. You can win, you can lose. You can score and then sit goal. But if you just roll the ball across to someone who's free, then you have given an opportunity to someone who's in a better position. And then if he misses, it's a win-win for you because you pass the ball to the person who's available. If he misses, we still say, Dupree passile good. But if he scores, then the team still wins. So there is no losing in you passing the ball because you still get an assist. I understand why they do it like that. Maybe it's this thing, your goodbye is a striker, and strikers would rather have goals than assists, and then midfielders would rather have assists than goals. But nje iyangicasula mina leyo nto. And then Umandla saying Mayo for age. Umelki saying great passer. I don't know where you're referring to Mayo. Then Tumsane Dlangalala is saying I think Chiefs can sign Khanyisa depending on how serious they need him. Nankuluma guys, I need to I need to drink water. Sorry. It's gonna be a lot of money. Yabona if Stellenbosch when Tumsane is saying because Tumsane if Stellenbosch is saying 12 million for Mendieta, how much more do you think Cape Town City would want given Ugutu Khanyisa Mayo is younger than Mendieta? Probably double. I don't think the Chiefs have 25 million. Mfukeng is saying I would choose Mendieta over Mayo. The skills are more or less the same. Mara Mendieta is a fighter. He has got a big heart. I think you can say that about every South American player. You have a very good point. South American players have that thing. Yoguti yewena. You don't you don't screw with me. Yeah, you do not screw with me. I saw even when we were playing against Stellenbosch, he was getting wound up. Chiefs us rope, Chiefs us I want to win today now. Angekho soft. And I feel like we lack that in South African football. We lack that even in our team. I think who has that thing with Chiefs? I'm trying to think of one player who doesn't take nonsense, who gets very close to headbutting someone. I can't think of one player, but we do need people with a big heart who are going to fight, and you can see they're always fighting. I think Dupree kind of has that in a way. Kind of. I'm not saying it does. Godfrey is saying, Coast Nation, awe. Amanda is saying the one title Zwane won was a disc shield. So short tournaments are his thing more than a league. He is yet to prove to be a league coach. Yeah, MTN 8 yamhlula, and it was a short league. It was a short tournament, and he's actually doing better in the league, in my opinion, because he's developing in a way, because he's kind of adjusted his strategy of late to winning games and playing bad games but winning games. So, those 4 games in a row that we won, 5 if you include the league, the cup, it was kind of like, okay, now you can see Zwane is trying to win games and he's not playing with nobody. So it's interesting. Okay, asemaningi ama-comment ayangidukela. Cooks is saying, I like Mayo, but Mendieta unswempu kakhulu. Utumsani is saying, to be honest, I doubted Chiefs, but with fighting spirit I saw, this cup might end up on us, Samakos. If they fight, yabona, this is one thing that I've been saying, that I say a lot in these things. Ultimately, I don't worry so much about the other team's approach, man. I worry about how do we show up in games. Because if we show up in my games and we fight like we do in any game that we've played against Pirate this season, then it Chiefs has a chance to win anything, as long as they show up my games. Not let them show up for 5 minutes and then disappear. It is capable. They just need the mentality. And I think I once talked about psychologists helping our team, and people laughed me off with they just need a better mentality to be drilled in them. But once again, you cannot buy. You can buy the heart, this heart inside, but the desire, the natural desire and fighting spirit, you cannot buy or sell to anyone. And I think that's what we lack at times with our players. Guys, please do like the video. I see there are very few likes on the video, and it's not gonna spread to people. So please do the right thing. I'm moving the comments to this bigger screen because this small screen is not helping. Utumsandla saying, to be honest, I doubted Chiefs, but with the fighting spirit I saw, this cup might end up on Ifundileleyo. Umandla is saying, I like Mendieta more than Mayo, but Mayo's age is the advantage. True. Mayo Vele 3 years. I think he's 24, right? So that's like 5 years advantage, if I'm correct. Let me just confirm that. Ngakhuluma nonsense in YouTube. Let me confirm. Young papela again. It doesn't want me to behave. I want to confirm. Khanyisa Mayo. Yeah, Khanyisa Mayo is 24. Yeah, it's a 5-year difference. So he hasn't even reached his peak. He's just good right now, but he peak yake, he hasn't even reached it. Imagine how it would be like when he reaches his peak. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And then Football Freaks is saying Fede Prompilo awe. Umtokungazi Dlamini is saying I can choose Khanyisa Mayo. It's because he's younger than Mendieta. A lot of you are going for him because of his age. Because as I think as once again you guys are saying, when it comes to our skills, they are sort of similar, not necessarily 100% similar, but more or less. And then Avila is saying Mendieta is what we need most with his qualities in midfield. I like his energy and the fight which he puts in his game whenever he plays. Definitely. Chubi saying a good mixture of experience and young players is the way to go. Mendieta for me ticks all the boxes. And price-wise, Vela I think is the one who achieves. Even Namanji, I feel like he's still too expensive for Chiefs. 12 million that they want for him, if they sell him at all. Yeah. Who's specifically saying, I think as Kaizer Chiefs supporters, we are going to need you're going to need therapy after the season. Akubeg Ati. Because we've been through a lot this season. Yeah, we've been through a lot in previous seasons. This season we've gone through stuff, but I feel like it's better than Lameama seasons. Yeah, about the season we lost to TS Galaxy. That was painful. Yeah, about the season that we lost the league on the last day, I was numb. And it was during COVID. Like, there were more worrying things happening outside. I think that is why I was able to cope, because I was busy thinking about, could be in China if it wasn't for COVID. And that is why I kind of just moved along and was like, I can't be worrying about the Chiefs right now. I cannot. So I moved on from that. But that was really painful. So this season is painful, but not as... Who's specifically saying, I'm being serious, Mpilo. I missed the guy. I almost cried on Sunday thinking what's going to come on. I was really scared. Whoa. You miss him, but you wanted to cry because you thought it was going to come in. Specifically, makes sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense to me. How did you almost cry because you thought it was going to come in, yet you're saying you miss him? Because I don't... Football Freaks is saying, I'm disappointed with his first touch and reading off the game too. Which one? Khanyisa Mayo or Mendieta? Mandla saying Sundowns must bring Savreda to Kaizer Chiefs since they're not using him. Mandla, can I ask you a question? You remember what Urulani said? The video that has more views in this channel apparently is the Sundowns video. Remember what he said? He said they do not want any good player available for the Chiefs. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what they said. So why would they now give us a good player on a silver platter? That's not going to happen. That is why they might just take Mayo just for the fun of it. Not because they need him, but they just want to take him. So, yeah. Coordination stand saying Mendieta for me, Mpilo. To be honest, under Zwane, Chiefs play with a plan that is effective at times. The first time in a while using them attack with agency. We just need a potent striker. We do. I wonder though, as time goes on and we sign more wingers, are we not going to end up playing Usaile as a number 9 again? Which is kind of scary to me because I prefer him as a wing. That will be interesting. But yeah, Mendieta seems to be getting a lot of votes. And the people who are currently voting for Mayo, they are saying because of age, which says a lot about how good Mendieta is. Godfrey is saying, but once again, the question is, if Mendieta is this good and you are choosing Mayo right now because of age, remember Mayo hasn't even reached his peak yet. So imagine how it's going to look like at 27. Godfrey is saying Caleb must go, no position for him at Naturena. Mandla saying Dove is the one with the big heart at Chiefs. Yes, he does. True. I forgot him, shame. Olele wemtaga Dove. Mandla N Smith production is saying Olampilo, I think Mendieta is a very good player. Mandla saying doing better while being beaten by more than 20 points isn't doing well. But Mandla kuyafana man. Last season we got knocked out much earlier. We Telkom knockout. I mean, we Nedbank Cup. On top of that, we were fighting to be number 8. Jabona, it was all over. So I prefer what we have right now. I mean, at least we can play good football for 15 minutes and then we can point to good. Then we started to relax. Akukho ukuthi we had no plot from the start. It's like we lose our plot somewhere in the game. So now we need to fix ukuthi, since we had a plot at the beginning, what made you lose it? Let's fix that. Kanti kulabanye coach, you were just like, Onzani lona, I don't get it. Yabo, that's my issue with the coaches that we've had before. Jacob is saying Mendieta is a big cut. I choose him over Mayo. Manda is saying Chiefs players need hypnosis once. Focus. Go get them. Simba is saying such people are bitter. They don't know football. They want to paint a bad picture about Chiefs. Vele laba bahlezi besho everything negative njenge Chiefs. They know football. They just have agendas. That's what I feel like. And then Umvu is saying problem here is committers hates us. Unless Mayo has got an exit clause, then we can get him. I don't think akona ma release clause in South African football. I've never heard of a team with a player with a release clause. Most of them, it's just always indaba yokuthi yeah. There's another comment before comment Gasail. I didn't see. Football Freaks is saying no Prompilo. There's another question before that comment you read about Sahil. Maningi got a comment manje. I can't find the comment ka Sahil la. There's a comment ka Sahil. I don't even see the comment about Sahil here. I see okay lepo. If you find it for me, can you tweet it again? I'm saying tweet it. Football Freaks, please copy and send it again. It's cut to overtime. Ubuile saying what happened to no data? Are we still looking forward on his service? Uning will try and keep you updated as these things come through. But right now I don't know what's happening with Unotad. They are trying to sell him actually. Cape Town City. That's one player they want to sell. Manda is saying we're not comparing Chiefs to pub Chiefs, we're comparing Chiefs to winning and doing well. Previous Chiefs can never be a benchmark for anything. It can, because it's an improvement from what we have been subjected to in the previous few years. So if these Chiefs can be better than the Chiefs of the previous 5 years, then we can say, okay, now you are better than the pub that you've been playing. Now get back to this level, 2007, 2008, 1989, 1995, whatever. Yabo. So we can't just move from rebuilding to fully built, right? So and then Edward is saying, I now see that all 11 teams are against our team. Anyways, guys, we're over time. Thank you so much for watching. Go check the video that I posted about, I don't even know what it's about. It's about the players getting contract extension at Kaizer Chiefs. So please make sure to go check that out. Now Charles October at his back. You lost. You said the Chiefs was going to lose, but they didn't. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I'll see you on the next one. And until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy. Okay, I should really